Today we are going to be talking about three different angle theorems. We talked about complementary, supplementary, and vertical angles. Today we will be talking about corresponding, alternate interior, and alternate exterior angles. Okay, so those are the three angle theorems we're talking about today. So looking at this picture here, we have two parallel lines that are cut by a transversal line, right? So let me turn my pen on here. We have these two parallel lines, one and then two, and then we have a transversal here going down this way. Okay, so these parallel lines and transversals make 8 different angles here. This is A, B, C, D, and I'm just naming them so I can identify them. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. Okay, it's just going to make it easier to identify by labeling them. Let's talk about the alternate interior first. Alternate interior angles. So these angles are alternate interior because they are inside the parallel lines. Okay, they are inside the parallel lines, or on the same side of the transversal, I should say. Okay, so if we're looking at alternate interior angles, okay, on opposite sides of the transversal and inside the parallel lines, C and F would be alternate interior. They are inside the parallel lines and on opposite sides of transversal. So angle C is congruent to angle F. Okay, also D and E. Angle D is congruent to angle, what did I say? E, yeah, D and E, right. So looking at this, C and F are congruent, and D and E are incongruent. All right, and we know this because of the alternate interior angle theorem. Okay, that tells me that if I have two alternate interior angles, those two are congruent. All right, let's look at alternate exterior angles. I'm tripping over a lot of my words because they are so hard to say. Alternate exterior angles. Okay, looking at these now. Exterior, obviously they're alternate, so they should be across from each other on the transversal, but they are also exterior, so they should be outside the parallel lines. So B and G, angle B is congruent to angle G. This one is congruent to that one, right? And also angle A is congruent to angle H. Notice how they are outside the parallel lines, but they're also on opposite sides of the transversal. All right, and the last one we're going to be talking about is corresponding angles. And corresponding angles, they are congruent, right? And they are pretty much, what should I say here? They're pretty much on the inside of the parallel line and the outside at the same time. How do I describe this? So they're on the same side of the transversal, I should say. Same side, but they're not both inside or outside the parallel lines. They're just on the same side. Like, for example, angle A and angle E, right? Same side of the transversal, but they're not both inside the parallel lines. And the same thing with angle B and angle F. All right, those are corresponding angles. Same angle, just on the same side of the transversal. So you can stop, pause, and rewind this video to make sure you got all the angles correct. It will be kind of hard to remember all of these different angles, but just looking at the shape of them, you will see that they are corresponding.